Talk about your story a little bit. It's easy for people to sit here and say, this is the things you should do, but you kind of lived it and had to experience it. Can you just talk about how you got to the point you're at now?
Yes, so at the age of 33, the scale tipped at about 192 pounds for me. Throughout my adolescence, I battled with my weight here and there, but for the most part, I was pretty athletic and I ate nutritiously from the garden. And then getting into corporate America, more of a sedentary lifestyle, I started packing on the pounds. I had baby number 1, baby number 2, and baby number 3. But really after my first child, I looked at nutrition a whole different way when it came time to feed my first child. I breastfed all 3 of my children. I bought a happy baby food grinder, and I did as much as possible for my first child with real foods. And of course, with my second and third, I did the same. And again, it was looking at those ingredients and looking at the baby formulas and what was in there and smelling them. I mean, if you look at the baby formulas and you taste them, okay? And I'm gonna be honest here, if you taste breast milk, it's sweet. It tastes like candy. And a lot of fruits and vegetables, I just started to appreciate again how tasty they are. Like a date, for example. We don't want dates and beets and sweet potatoes as children, but as adults, we realize how tasty and satisfying they are. And then those natural sugars metabolize in your body way differently than synthetic sugars do. So my journey, I was 192 pounds. I saw my mother yo-yo diet all my life. Dexatrim, taking all kinds of different products to curb her appetite, and she struggled with food. And I knew that I didn't want that for my children. It was kind of innate within me that I didn't want to see them struggle. I wanted to fundamentally learn nutrition and how our bodies can refuel as we go, if you will.
Did you have an aha moment that said, okay, that's it, this is enough, now I'm going down this route and I'm going to start eating healthier? Was it something that clicked in you? And more importantly, I guess, how did you stay on that path?
I think the aha moment was really when it came time to feeding my children and then looking at what I was bringing into the home and what I needed to be eating, but also with looking at the ingredients and learning more about natural foods and whole foods and how therapeutic and medicinal they really are, and knowing that people can actually heal their body with foods. So I'd always been fascinated with gardening and vegetables and alternative types of natural products, if you will. So I just looked at all these chemicals and I thought, long-term effects, this can't be good. And then you start reading, reputable authors, reputable doctors reporting on what we're doing. And then you look at the outside of America and you look at the other countries and their health. So one of the, I met a gentleman, Dr. Alex Chouse, who wrote a book called Feed My Brain. And he took a group of children who had ADD, ADHD, and at a 12-week study, he totally revamped their nutrition. And he saw an amazing, incredible turnaround in the children's test scores, their behavior, everything. And it was fundamentally from their foods. So instead of being filled with sugary cereals, Pop-Tarts, and skipping meals, it fundamentally, I'm looking at this thinking our country needs to do different. When we know better, we can do better. So the turning point was just, a lot of it has to do with social media. A lot of it has to do with just the more knowledge we have, the more we can do better. And I just needed more for my 3 kids.